Hey guys, Clayton here. Hope you all are doing good, having a good week. And this episode is going to be about how we separate things that really shouldn't be separated in like health, wellness, or fitness. Then also how the person or individual matters more than the session, the program, training session, the treatment plan, whatever the case is in healthcare. So, with my new job, new physical therapy aide or rehab tech position, I am definitely learning a lot. Like, there's a lot of good from working in like skilled nursing facility settings. There is assisted living, there's short-term, long-term care. There's a memory care unit and like a dementia unit. So there's a little bit of each from different types of diagnosis, illnesses. I notice the therapists there, the healthcare workers, if you work in that setting, you gotta definitely have a good heart and really care about people at least. Because if you don't, you're not going to do well there, because we really need to be there for people and motivate them, especially during difficult times. But working there for a couple weeks now, I worked like full time this week, so I got to really experience the environment, the setting, and how it is. So just like really any physical therapy clinic, when insurance is involved, there's insurance reimbursements, there's productivity rate, and therapists will work with multiple people sometimes doing physical therapy, and it's like you're back to back and you work with a lot of people within the day just to get done. And it seems like sometimes you just go through the motions, you meet people where they're at, and there may not be much progress that day depending on how the person is feeling, but you just do your best to continue to keep them motivated and focus on them. As I see treatment plans and sessions, I always question and think, why are we doing that? And if it's not working, how can we adapt to that person or individual? How can we make this better? Even if the person doesn't want to improve, we're going to improve them. We're going to do our best, because that's what we're there for. We should really, truly care about people. Like, I know we just get caught up and just focus on the routine, the system, the rules we can think of as well. Or just the traditional ways of treating people, and then we don't really think outside the box. We just kind of do what is necessary instead of thinking bigger. Now, like, I don't know the whole, like, diagnosis, treatment of anything, and I can't disclose that, of course, but we just know when someone or a treatment session is not being given full effort and it's just going through the motions just to get it done. And then it's like, we can't blame other people really because of insurance. It's about profit, and it's a business. Like, healthcare is a business at the end of the day, and people are getting burned out. They're being overworked. So it's really hard to keep that energy, motivation, and like will to continue to like help people when you're having people back to back. So yeah, I'm noticing that for sure. But there is good things. Like, we can bring a smile on people's face. Sometimes we're the only people like they get to talk to that day, and it's the only form of exercise or movement that they get. And even if people don't really want to do it, it's good to try to push them and communicate with them and try to get them to understand that this is really important so they can get better, achieve their goals, and get back to doing what they can do where they're at. It's really intriguing and interesting. I really like seeing people just helping like older people in this setting, for example, like just get back to walking, and doing meaningful activities. It really is valuable, and it definitely is rewarding. Yeah, so getting into how the programmer session is not just about that. It's about the person. We meet the person where we're at. We communicate with them. We build trust. We build rapport. We try to create that community and just bring joy, peace, comfort, showing people that it's going to be okay and that you can grow and improve. Yeah, like the older generation, we know health and fitness, exercise wasn't very valued. That's just people adapting to their environment and working with what they have or what they're known to. Compared to Gen Z and our generation, we do value exercise, health, and fitness a lot more. Like, we learned from the evidence and the way of living to know like how we can live better quality lives. So it is interesting to see the older generations kind of adapt to where they're at now and see how it has changed. It is also kind of sad to see people suffering because they didn't move enough or they didn't live a very healthy lifestyle. But you see the people that like were more active and that did enjoy being active, living healthier lives or lifestyles, they tend to do better, and people have that advantage. So that really shows exercise is truly medicine. That's why I really want to promote active aging, like just staying active and moving as we're older. Our health declines either way, but there's ways to minimize it and prevent it from declining as much. There's ways to build injury resilience, injury resistance, and work with what we have, even if we don't want to do it. It needs to stay a priority long term. And we adapt to our ages, our phases of life to promote that quality of life we need. I know also being younger, part of the Gen Z, it's easy for me to say, but I read, I study, I work hard, I put money into this time. I'm going to school for this. I want it to be my career. And I see how valuable exercise is medicine and how passionate I am about it. And I have my own journey with it as well. And I want to be an advocate and promoter of living the highest possible quality of life that we can. Not just living long, but living quality of our life, living a quality life, instead of just really struggling and suffering as we continue to just outlive people. Being a physical therapist, occupational therapist, even a PTA, OTA, CODA, we just think it's for someone's grandmother, it's for someone's mom that just wants to be able to move around their house or do the things that they like, to see their grandchildren, for example. It's the small things that bring so much meaning to life that we can help people get back to doing what they love. Being a physical therapist is also for that athlete that wants to get back to their sport, or someone that is limited in movement, that has pain, limitations, discomfort, and wants to be able to perform and move the best way they possibly can so they can continue to live their quality of life even younger. So, exercise, there are different continuums and areas that we tend to separate, and this is getting into the health continuum with exercise as medicine, and how we separate prehab, rehab, strength and conditioning, injury. People call it injury reduction, injury resilience, injury prevention. So we tend to approach the injury. We tend to approach the person or individual after the injury, which is surgery, then physical therapy, and then we help them get back to their activities of daily living or back to their sport. So it seems to be like we either help the person too late after the injury. Instead, we should be approaching it, getting to the root cause, focusing on the rooted function of performance and activity to, I wouldn't say prevent. I don't really like the word prevent, because like no matter how much we try with strength, conditioning, prehab, rehab, the body is not indestructible and invincible. So like injury can definitely happen either way. So I like to think of it as injury resilience, injury reduction. But like, for example, being a personal trainer, with my experience, we can make exercises that are specific to you and your goals, not just general fitness, but like that is really tailored to you. We can involve the prehab corrective exercise that focuses on areas that we may have limitations, areas to improve from, ways we can make it specific to your daily life. Like, we can question, okay, why are we doing this? How is this going to benefit me? How is this good? And we can approach those and explain them. Then we have like strength and conditioning coaches that is involved with like personal training as well. Mostly, like a lot of times for athletes, it's promoted for. Then there's athletic trainers, of course. So these are the healthcare professions. Then physical therapy, of course. All of these now are equally important. There isn't one any better, more valuable, more important than others. They each have like a gap that needs to be met so we can live our quality life and get back to full function as best as we can wherever we are in life. What tends to be frustrating though is like bridging the gap between like prehab and performance. Now I see in here a lot more people doing that now and not making it so separated. It's like we separate things so much in life, especially in healthcare with the healthcare continuum. And I don't want to do that. Like being a personal trainer, I saw the separation and the gap that we're missing. Like, there's only so much you can do being a personal trainer. And some people are okay with that. Like, it depends on your goals and what you want to do. But, like, for me, with my values, my passions, my desires, I don't really want to have any limitations in what I can provide people. Like, I want to be the best and aim for the highest potential achievement goals as possible with my passions. And that lies in exercise, strength and conditioning, health, fitness, wellness. So I see the gap in separation, the limited resources, the limited ways we can help treat and serve people. And that's why physical therapy, for example, like getting that doctor's degree, being that movement specialist, the doctor in pretty much like movement, anatomy, physiology, biomechanics, that's like the top of the top way we can really have the education, the skills, the knowledge to even go clinical, to diagnose, treat, to really dig deep and get to the root cause. So like being like a physical therapist, you can take CEU courses, continuing education courses, you can be trained and coached. You're a coach, so you're wearing multiple hats, of course. And like I'm seeing this based on like observation and working in the field already as a rehab tech or rehab aide. So I just think it'd be so amazing, and it's so intriguing, valuable to be able to approach it from like a holistic perspective and like be able to like get to the root cause, like the gap. People are focusing on bridging the gap between prehab and performance, but like I really want to bridge the whole gap, which starts in restoring the function, getting to the root cause, rooted function, elevating performance, and optimizing human potential. And with that, that leads to quality of life through our active aging, not just middle age, but as we get older and our health declines. So we can live that quality of life as long as we can and as best as we can, controlling what we can control. And I know this is easier said than done. It probably will take a lot more work, especially in the universal healthcare we live in, and how healthcare can be corrupt and broken. Quite transparent and honest there. as we all know this, majority of us do. But I want to be an advocate, and I want to create that change and really promote that. I'm a fighter. I'm a defender. I want to look at the things that are wrong, the things that we are doing wrong, and create change and improve from them to better serve and help this world. So yeah, I'm realizing being a great coach, an educator, a clinician, a healthcare provider, it starts with meeting the person where they're at, of course. It's communication, it's building trust, it's building rapport, creating that environment, making it comfortable, and just knowing the person that it's going to be okay, and that you're here to help, you're here to serve them with your full effort, energy, capability, attention, focus, as best as you can. Like, yeah, I see being a student, we can get so focused on like the education, the certifications and all that. But I hear and I know people aren't going to ask you first, what's your degree? Where's your education? What's your certs? No, they just want you to be able to like identify their problems and be able to help solve those. And if you can do that, then you can definitely be a priority and value to others. So we got to be able to identify their needs, wants, and be able to solve those and provide that for them, provide solutions. And I know that's easier said than done. Like, all of this is, if it was easy, everyone would do it, right? Like, it's going to be hard, but it's well worth it. Like, anything good in life is not easy. I know that sounds kind of cliche, but that's the truth. So yeah, this position I have right now, the opportunities I have, I'm seeing the little things are so important. Like, being younger, I really need to focus on communication, emotional intelligence, building rapport, building trust from people, because no matter like how much education you have, how knowledgeable or skillful you have, how much book knowledge you have, it starts with building that relationship with other. Like, we were meant for relationships. We're built for relationships. And without that, like, if we aren't able to do that, then it's going to be hard. Like, we got to be able to try to make it fun, make it enjoyable, and meet people where they're at, to provide peace, to promote that healing and recovery. Because the healing and recovery in healthcare and in exercise is not just the exercise or program alone. It's multiple things. It's also the emotional support, motivation, increasing confidence, self-esteem, increasing mental health. I'm learning not to just get so caught up with like, okay, why this exercise, why this session, but like first focusing on the fundamentals, because we got to start in the fundamentals, in the basics, like perfect those almost, and continue to sharpen those crafts, and build our way up. Like, this is a great stepping stone, and I am really learning and growing from a lot, as little as it may seem. This is kind of the vision I have for Rooted Kinetic Systems, when I want to, if the Lord wills it, to have my own business, my own practice, my own brand, and just bridge that gap, see what like is missing, and just provide solutions so I can best help and serve people. Thank you all for listening, and whoever is along this journey with me, I appreciate it, and I hope you learn and grow just as much as I am too. So let's stay moving, stay learning, stay growing. This is Rooted Kinetic Systems podcast, and we're here to get to the root foundation of the fundamentals, the basic things. We're rooted in restoring function, elevating performance, and optimizing human performance to live the quality of life that we can and have strength for life, be built for life, and have resilience. Thank you all. God bless, and be safe. Take care.